दीनबन्धु गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमस्ते सप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी शिवानुचती देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। मकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृतं तमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्। Hare Krishna. Just share my screen. So we completed this 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we saw yesterday that first we saw the real form of the tree. Clear, Krishna is still trying to teach us what is spiritual world, what is material world. What is here clearly is explaining what is material world. Material world is a reflection of the spiritual world. Through a banyan tree, he was explaining things, and he was comparing the shadow of that real tree with the material world. So it is. We saw in first class that the reflection is on the water. That water is compared to the desire. No one has forced us to come to this material world. It is our desire that to enjoy separately from Krishna. So that desire, on the desire, this material world is formed. So somebody who has strong desire to stay away from Krishna, that is a root. That is the where the material world is sustaining entire thing. So, and different branches are there for a tree to sustain. All leaves, fruits, flowers, twigs, everything sustain on branches. Branches sustain on trunk. Trunk sustains on root. So from root everything is nourished. If you cut off the trunk with the roots, what will happen? Everything will collapse. So this trunk, is the real, but the root is on topward and branches are downward. Exactly opposite. The most important thing in the spiritual world is considered very low in the material world. The lowest in the material world is considered highest in the spiritual world. Can anybody tell what is the highest in the spiritual world?
The holy name of Lord Shri Krishna.
Rivo. But what is a desire while chanting? That is very important.
Love.
Madhurya Bhav, Prabhuji.
Yes, Madhurya Bhav, desire is the most. If you see here, no, Madhurya Bhav is considered lowest. No, means some lusty affair, chichi, we tell. But there it is very nectar. The selfless service. The more it is selfless, the more it is nectar. in the spiritual world. Here, the lust is very selfish. You know? Same, love and lust is similar. Just only difference is whose pleasure it is. Same thing, but whose pleasure it is. Lust is Atmendriya Priti Vancha Tare Bale Kam, Krishnendriya Priti Cha Dhare Premanam. No? So that is considered very highest. That sex, spiritual sex, is not just on the bodily platform. It is nothing on the bodily platform. You know, it is completely, even if the body changes, even if Krishna changes his body, you know, they can identify. It's not like our lust and our the lustily activity. Father changes the body and come, they will not respect. But spiritual life, spiritual love is completely different from the material body. You know, it is eternal love, nothing vyabhicharini nahi. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekkeha kurunam. Bahushakayanantasya buddhayo vyavasayina. Mamchayo avyabhicharinena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityan brahma bhuya ekalpati. व्यभिचारी से भक्ति नहीं कर सकते, कृष्ण के अलावा और कुछ शरण ले सकता है तो अब वो व्यभिचारी भक्ति होता है. अव्यभिचारिणी भक्ति करेगा तभी सारा गुणों से उत्पन्न, सारा गुणों को ऊपर उठ सकते हो. And the lowest in the spiritual world is what? सबसे lowest.
शांत भाव.
Our own sense gratification. Yes. In Shanta Bhav is a no service. We want peace. One devotee was telling, Prabhu, why you are so angry? You see, other devotees are always smiling. No. Anger is not for my sense gratification. Anger is for the service of the Lord. Even if service is hampered, if I stay peacefully, then I'm not bothered about Krishna's service. I have to become angry for service of Krishna. It is service to Krishna is hampered. How can I stay peacefully? Morality is not spiritual life. It is not at all spiritual. Morality you cannot fit in spiritual life. Moral principles are different. That is all material. That is Jnana Yoga. All qualities without bhakti is useless. Krishnaika Sharanam will create all good qualities in one's heart. Krishnaika Sharanam. बस सारा अच्छा गुण मिल जाएगा. बस ये एक गुण नहीं है, कुछ नहीं देखने का. Whatever good quality they have, what is the use? जूस बना के लेके आए लेकिन शुगर नहीं, क्या करेगा? अच्छा बढ़िया केक बना के लाए लेकिन उसमें स्वीट नहीं. Sweetness, that madhurata is very important. है ना? That sweetness is Krishnaika Sharanam. That is very important. But in Shantaras, भले भगवान का सेवा कैसे भी होने दो, मैं ही शांत रहूंगा. भले भगवान का दुनिया बाढ़ में जाने दो, भगवान की सेवा जाने दो, मैं ही शांत रहूंगा. तो इसीलिए ऐसा लोगों को पत्थर बना के रखेगा भगवान. ठीक है, सेवा मत करो, मेरे को सिर्फ देखना चाहते हो ना, पत्थर बनो या पेड़ बनो, हिलो मत. ठीक है, सेवा चाहिए तो हिलना पड़ेगा, कुछ करना पड़ेगा ना. डू समथिंग प्रैक्टिकल. प्रभुपाद इज टू टेल, आई लव प्रभुपाद, आई लव यू प्रभु, आई लव यू प्रभु. प्रभुपाद इज टू डू समथिंग प्रैक्टिकल. You know, so if you say just Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada, and do nothing doing for Prabhupada, then we can become, stone, sand, or something. But they have feelings for Krishna. So the lust is considered lowest. Lowest. They doesn't want any happiness for themselves. But In material world, that lowest thing is becoming the highest in this world. Everybody is attracted to opposite sex. Everybody want to enjoy other party. Yeah. But devotee, anything, the best thing he gets, he want to offer to Krishna. Oh, it is the best thing. Let me offer this to Guru and Krishna. If I find very nice fruits, mangoes, what we will do? We'll try to enjoy. Oh, this is the mango season. Let Krishna be offered with Alfonso mango. How many people desire like that? That is bhakti. If we see a beautiful girl, what we have to do? Oh, she's looking like a gopi. She's meant for Krishna's pleasure, not my pleasure. No, nothing for oneself, everything for Krishna. Even one's wife, children, house, everything for Krishna. That is devotion. Lust is considered highest, and selfless love is considered lowest. You see, whoever is doing selfless service, they will not be respected by many people. They look like pagal, mad people. Nobody, no followers, much. But Krishna likes such people. No? It's not like Duryodhana. If you accumulate more followers, Krishna will be attracted. दुर्योधन जैसे 56 भोग बनाएंगे, Lord will not be attracted. Simple. Pandavas were staying in forest. They are attracting Krishna's mercy. So lowest and highest. And branches you cannot see. Branches are supporting leaves and fruits and twigs, everything. So what is that branches? Different planetary system. In which planetary system do you would like to go in this world? Which planetary system you like most among 14 planetary systems? Anybody would like to answer?
No one, Prabhuji.
Ah. No branch. We have to realize that real tree. थोड़ा अमेरिका जाने का इच्छा है? हाँ, अमेरिका में जाके थोड़ा पैसा कमा के भगवान को थोड़ा डोनेशन दे, चलेगा? चलेगा क्या? चलेगा? भगवान को कोई पैसा की कमियां नहीं, कोटि कोटि लक्ष्मी सेवा करता है। भगवान जानबूझकर लक्ष्मी नहीं देता है। Let my devotee work hard for me. Let this world know how much my devotee loves me, how much he works hard for me. Even if no facilities, nothing, no money, still he loves me. He wants to show the world. You see how he was? Our life will be recorded in YouTube. And Lord will show, see how is he? All these situations. I gave him no money. Still he was loving me. I didn't give him no followers. Still he loves me. So Srila Prabhupada did like that. Lord wants to show how Srila Prabhupada loves me, how much he loves me. I removed his factory. Still he loves me. See, Dhanam pura छीन लिया हुआ है. Still he loves me. And he had no followers. Na dhanam, na janam. Still he loves me. See? So that is a test. It's not like the devotee is a pauper. Devotee, to prove the world, Krishna want to see. The gold can be tested any number of times. Gold will not reject. Oh, just now you tested me. Again you want to test? Yes. Different customer came. To prove that, I have to burn you. I have to heat you. So devotee is also like that. अरे अभी तो टेस्ट किया भगवान, फिर से टेस्ट करना चाहते हो? I don't like distress. No, Krishna, devotee likes anything, whatever distress or happiness. Whatever Krishna gives, he's happy in that situation. So that branches are different planetary systems, and the people want to jump from one planet to another planet. Janalok, Tapalok, Maharlok, Brahmalok. Brahmalok is just near to the spiritual world, but there also death is there. And A Brahma Purna Loka Punaravartino Arjuna. So this whoever has a desire to go to back to order is the most successful devotee, not staying in this world, making nice bungalows, cars, beautiful girl standing beside. This is not success. So we saw that tree, that when you see the tree, branches will not be visible. What is visible? Leaves are visible. What are the leaves, twigs, fruits, flowers are visible? What are those leaves compared to? The shadow. What are those leaves compared to?
The verses of the Vedas.
Vedic hymns. What Veda? Why that Vedic hymns are not spiritual?
Because most of them are filled with the karma kanda, like understanding.
This Vedas mostly recommend karma kanda, jnana kanda, upasana kanda, sakalera vishera bhand. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells. We want pure devotional service, not something using Krishna for my sense gratification. Hey Krishna, I want to be HK. Can you please help me? Oh Krishna, you have so many girls. Can you give me one girl to enjoy? So we cannot make Krishna as our assistant, servant. No? So even if Krishna wants one's wife, okay Krishna, she is your part and parcel. How many years I know? Anyone? Just 15, 20 years. But you are the eternal father. You are the eternal master for all jivas. So that leaves are very green for a tree in the rainy season, especially. That karma kand. Oh, you want this? Use Krishna consciousness. You want Krishna consciousness for dharma, artha, kam, moksha. There is full of this selfishness. Even they use Shastra for sense gratification. And twigs are compared to twigs arise from leaves. In between the root of the leaf will produce the twig. The twig will produce fruit or flower. First flower, then fruit. So what is the twig? Komal, twig you all understand. Huh? Very soft green, small size. That is twig. That will produce flower. What is the twig? Twig is compared to sense objects. That sense objects. And fruits and flowers are compared to you can write down all these things. Fruits and flowers represent this dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So they want to do dharma first. Why? If they want to beget children, they will go and do tapasya previously to get a good children. Not for service to Krishna, for their own sense gratification. अरे मेरा नाम खराब नहीं होना चाहिए, मेरा लड़का हाई क्लास होना चाहिए. So मैं धर्म भी पालन, हम भी धर्म पालन करते हैं, इतना बुरा नहीं. So people should not blame our family heritage, nothing. But Krishna's devotee, even if they have one son, they give to Krishna. भले मेरा वंश नष्ट हो जाएगा, लेकिन let service to Krishna should happen. But dharma, artha, dharma is meant for artha, to get good wealth. This material world, they do dharma for artha. For artha, from artha, without artha, no girl will come. And if you don't have money, no girl will get attracted. If you want to get married, you need to have your own flat. You need to have your own car. First thing they will check. If you don't have your own flat and your own car, will anyone get? Any girl will come? Dharma, artha, kama. Once the sense gratification, once I have satisfied my life, I used my everything, all my young age for my sense gratification. In the old days, I will give to Krishna my life. But young age, I want to enjoy my sense gratification. I want to serve my family. Yeah. So that's why this dharma, artha, kama, then moksha. Then we will see for liberation, going to Bhaktivedanta. So these are fruits and flowers. And the roots are coming. What is the fruitive activities? Fruitive, everybody want to do something for their result. They want their fruit of the activity. They doesn't want to offer anything to Krishna. They want to use the fruit of the work, hard work in the material world. In spiritual world, nothing for oneself. They will not do anything other than Guru's order. If Krishna wants something, they will work hard like anything. Krishna doesn't want, they doesn't work. You know? So when I remember when Krishna was moving from Gokul to Vrindavan, all Vrindavan Vasis, they immediately closed down their all houses. If Krishna is moving to Vrindavan, what we will do here? Let us wind up. अरे हमारा खेती क्या होगा? ना मेहनत करके खेती किया होगा. अरे बाढ़ में जाने. Krishna is going. Let us go. That's it. They stopped agriculture in middle. They were going to Krishna, towards Krishna. If Krishna wants to wind up now, he will wind up. That's it. That is spiritual world. In material world, if Krishna wants us to stop in middle, will we stop? No. Sorry, Krishna, please wait. Why you are forcing me? Right now. My children are small. How can I give them up? No, no, sir. If Krishna plays the flute, the gopis in spiritual world, even if they are feeding their children, they'll put them down and go running towards Krishna. So that is spiritual dharma. Yeah? Material dharma is for artha, kama, moksha. Then moksha is a last. Yeah? Last priority. Whole young life we will use it for dharma and artha, kama. They know all dharma also. और artha. चक पैसा कमाना चाहिए. पैसा नहीं कमाए तो कैसे जिएंगे प्रभु? कैसे प्रचार करेंगे? पैसा नहीं तो कैसे प्रचार करेंगे? So on. Then dharma, artha, kama, moksha. These are the fruits of that material world tree. The fruitive activities are compared, nourished. Fruitive activities are like secondary roots. Banyan tree has secondary root. ऊपर से शाखा से नीचे गिरता है. And that root, when it touches the ground, again it nourishes back to the tree. And so many roots will increase. The banyan tree and other trees difference is that These secondary roots are there in the banyan tree. Other trees don't have much. The banyan tree is compared. Why? There are many secondary roots which are supporting the branches. Fruitive activity is the secondary root. पेड़ तो मूल है, but it spreads in 5 acres, 10 acres. How much it may spread based on secondary roots. Banyan tree, why Krishna said secondary roots? Okay, so secondary root is very important to understand. That is a fruitive activity. All the branches are supported by fruitive activity. America में fruitive activity नहीं रहे तो क्या करेगा? London, Italy, wherever you go, Germany, Japan, wherever you go, if you don't have fruitive activity, what will you? What is that country meant for? So the secondary roots are supporting for the material world is fruitive activity. Fruitive. They want to enjoy the fruit of the hard work. They don't want to give to Krishna. Even if they give karma yoga. So 30% for myself, sometimes 70%. Business करने तिरुपति में जाते हैं. बिजनेस करने. भगवान मैं बिजनेस कर रहा हूँ. प्रॉफिट हुए तो 70% मेरा, 30% तेरा. This is not pure devotional service. Fruitive activities, secondary roots of the banyan tree. Banyan tree is famous for secondary roots. Okay. In city life, you don't know what is banyan tree also. What we can explain? Cannot explain anything. 100% sense gratification. It doesn't know where the milk comes from. City life. Krishna is not staying in Mathura or Dwarka. Krishna, our Krishna is Vrindavan Krishna. If Guru wants us to stay in village, need to. If Guru wants us to preach, need to. Guru wants us to make one temple, we should assist. Okay. So that is first 2 verses. Third verse also, real form of this tree cannot be perceived in this world. No one can understand where it ends, where it begins, where its foundation is, but determination one should cut down. 2 things are required, discrimination and determination. Determination, one must cut down this tree. You should be determined to cut down this tree. If you are not determined, ठीक है थोड़ा बहुत चलता है तो कल कट करेंगे. That means weak determination. रामचंद्र बोल रहे थे कि मैं कल राजा बनूंगा, मेरा माता पिता का आशीर्वाद लिया. Lord Krishna, Lord Ram also want to teach this. If Guru tells something, Vishwamitra told, right now you want to become king. थोड़ा postpone करें. Guru order, Krishna's order. It's not good. Immediately we need to fulfill. Immediately. So, but with determination, one must cut down this tree with the weapon of detachment. कोच ने अगर भगवान के पास जा रहा है, पीछे मुड़ के नहीं देखना क्या हो रहा है, पीछे क्या होगा. अंदर क्या, अंदर ऐसा रहना है. Bhakti should not be shown to everyone. Inside we should be like that. Outside we should be like caring. Even Grasthas also, Prahlad Maharaj tells. दुनिया को बोलते हैं अरे थोड़ा पैसा कमाना चाहिए, हाँ गृहस्थ मतलब परिवार के लिए करना है. Then Prahlad Maharaj tells, yes, we should tell. And then we should be detached from inside. So one should not take serious. Mahaprabhu tells, असत संग त्यागत यही वैष्णवाचार. असत लोगों को, those who are not doing bhakti, we should not get attached, whether friends or anyone. So this is called determination. I don't want this. Detachment. So detachment, we should not have attachment to material family, material place, material people, material village where I have got born. My body born in this place. So much attached. Birthplace. So one should get detached. And this is all Jnana Yogi, what I am explaining. Jnana Yoga tendencies. But the main purpose of Krishna consciousness is to for the pleasure of Guru and Krishna. Even if he is a grasta and is detached inside, outside is outside is a etiquette, social etiquettes is following. But inside he loves Krishna only, Arjuna. Even if he is fighting, he is not fighting for himself. He is fighting for Krishna. You can really test. What is the test? When Krishna leaves this world, they also left everything and went back. They were just staying for the pleasure of Krishna, Pandavas. So detachment within. So detachment from material things, attachment to Guru and Krishna is within. Outside, social etiquettes. So very important. Should not sink to inside. Then one must seek, after cutting off this material world, Jnana yogis go to Brahma Jyoti, but devotees, their service attitude is so much, they want to serve more. They don't want to stay. They don't want peace. They want the more tension in the service, the more one is loving Krishna. The more he is taking tension for Guru and Krishna, he is loving more. कोई टेंशन नहीं ब्रो, सेवा में बहुत अच्छा से चल रहा है, कोई टेंशन. That means shant. One should take tension, not unnecessary tension. So one must seek that place from which, having once gone, one never returns, and there surrender to that Supreme Personality of God. Whole purpose is to surrender. That is the fruit of bhakti. Bhakti ka phal hai. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Loving Krishna is the fruit. Krishna prem. There you surrender to that person. Once you see that person, Krishna, immediately bow down to him, offer obeisances, and be ready to do anything for Krishna. Surrender. Whatever, Prabhu, whatever you say, I will do. That we have to practice through Guru, Vaishnavas. If you don't do there, then again, punarmushtiko bhava. Everything from everything has begun, and whom everything is abiding since time immemorial. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam eko bahunam jo vidadati kaman. Everybody is dependent on him. Everyone's strength, all the things are given by Krishna only. We are using Krishna's qualities, all the things. We are just dependent on him. He is not dependent on anyone. That is his home, spiritual world. After going there, मैं अपना भी बंगला बना दूंगा, थोड़ा रेंट पे कर दूंगा कृष्णा को. नहीं, no rent. Everything is himself. One who is free from illusion. What is the symptom of surrender? One should not be in illusion. भौतिक क्या आध्यात्मिक क्या जानना चाहिए. नो फॉल्स प्रेस्टेज. मैं इधर आने से पहले मैं कंपनी का सीईओ होता, मैं डायरेक्टर था, ये था वो था, सब भूल जाना चाहिए क्या था मैं मटेरियल वर्ल्ड में. और नो फॉल्स प्रेस्टेज, नो फॉल्स एसोसिएशन. अभक्त मतलब लात मार के भगाना चाहिए हृदय में. नो अटैचमेंट. हु अंडरस्टैंड्स द एटर्नल, हु इज डन विथ मटेरियल लस्ट. और कुछ चाहिए क्या? एंजॉय करना चाहते हो क्या पत्नी के साथ या किसी के साथ? No, sir. I am very satisfied. I don't want lust. Done with the material lust. And free from duality of happiness and despair. कभी मैं दुख देगा तो आज चलेगा भगवान, आप जो भी दुख देगा सुख देगा सभी सुखी है, सब चलता है मेरे को, लेकिन प्लीज do not throw me away to this material world again. I don't like to be separated from you. And he knows how to surrender unto the Supreme Person. ऐसे एटिकेट जानना चाहिए. कौन है कृष्ण? Is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You cannot show disrespect. Should always be utterly careful not to displease Krishna. Then only we can go to that. If you are not trained, थोड़ा बहस करेंगे, गुरु के साथ बहस करेगा, वैष्णव के साथ बहस करेगा, आर्गुमेंट. Then if you go to king, they will not, Durga will not send you back to her. अरे पागल है तो बहस करता है, अगर कृष्ण के पास जाके ट्रबल क्रिएट करेगा तो नहीं भेजना है इसको, इसको और सुधारना है. थोड़ा पूरी फुल्का नहीं हुआ, पूरा फुल्का होना चाहिए पूरी. So then we understood that abode is not. Then is Krishna is telling the glories of that world. अरे मेरा धाम तो उधर है, कोई बल्ब नहीं उधर, न सूर्य है न चंद्र है, न फायर है न इलेक्ट्रिसिटी है. Nothing is needed there. No, Krishna could have added no software company, no factories to work there. Only pure devotional self, only Krishna conscious activities in spiritual world. There is no economic development in spiritual world. The only economic development is chanting Hare Krishna. This is our economic development. And that to pure holiness. So Krishna, what is a symptom of spiritual world? Krishna said, once you reach there, you will never like to go to material world again. ऐसा आप कोई इधर मेटेरियल वर्ल्ड में भी देखेंगे, अमेरिका कोई जाता है तो रिटर्न नहीं आता इंडियन. एवरीबॉडी वुड लाइक टू गो टू अमेरिका. सबको क्यों? सबको मेरा लड़का अमेरिका गया, अमेरिका. और सूटकेस में कभी वो टैग भी लगा के आते, फ्लाइट में आया, अमेरिका से आया. आजकल टॉम टिकरी कोई भी आता है अमेरिका, इसमें कोई बड़ा चीज नहीं. शुड नॉट इवन एस्पायर. सो अमेरिका ग्रीन कार्ड मिलने के बाद वापस नहीं आता है ऐसी. क्यों? उधर का अपलेंस देख के, उधर का है ना फैसिलिटीज देख के लोग इंडिया का फैसिलिटीज को अट्रैक्ट नहीं होता है. Only if he is attracted spiritually, then he will come back to India. अरे वहां तो भगवान वृंदावन है, अरे वहां तो है ना द्वारका है, वहां ना साउथ इंडिया में भगवान लीला वृंदावन, इधर वैकुंठ, spiritual world. Let me go there. Even after reaching 50 years, people are reading. I want to know what is happening in America, north, east, west, south. न्यूज पढ़ते रहते, न्यूज पढ़ाएगा घंटे घंटे, पजल सॉल्व करते रहते. पुनर्जन्म, एक पिटाई करेगा मृत्यु, पजल सॉल्व कर रहा है, पजल. चेस प्ले कर रहा है. कोई बूढ़े लोग गोल्फ खेलता है, बुढ़ा भाई आके चैंटिंग नहीं करेगा, गोल्फ खेल रहे. एक छोटा बॉल यहाँ से वहां डालने के लिए पूरा दुनिया कैमरा लगा के देख रहे क्रिकेट में. व्हाट इज दिस नॉनसेंस? Chewing the chewed, same ball, here to there, here to there. Oh, and that ball reaches to that border. These are crazy people. Gone case. No chance for Krishna. So we'll read now. Time left. So the living entities in this conditioned world are eternally fragmental parts due to the conditioned life. They are struggling very hard with this six senses, which include the mind. So we'll recite this verse. Mama evamso jivaloke. Please repeat.
Mamavanso Jivaloke.
Jiva bhuta sanatana.
Jivabhuta Sanatana
Manasashtani indriyani.
Manasasthani
Prakriti stani karshati.
Prakriti Sthani Karshati.
Okay. Somebody can read translation and purport.
The living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which includes the mind.
So they are struggling in the material world with the mind and senses. Due to conditioned life. Conditioned हो गया वो. Material condition मतलब क्या है? हम इस शरीर, you have might have learned three C's. Three C's in Spurti camp, no? How many of you attended Spurti camp? No, it is not visible for me here. Okay. So 3C. First C is conditioned life. Conditioned by material body. Once he reaches, we have the material body, he will be conditioned. If he gets the body of bird, he will be conditioned for the bird life. If he gets a fish body, he will be accustomed. He will be conditioned in water. If he gets a tree body, cannot move also. He will be conditioned in the tree body. That body is conditioned, making us conditioned. So due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which include the mind. Mind is the master of all senses. Okay, read translation.
In this verse, the identity of the living being is clearly given. The living entity is the fragmental part and parcel of the Supreme Lord eternally. It is not
So,
that
wait. Our identity, who are you? I am servant of Krishna. Immediately we should say. So, Gopir Varta Pada Kamala, your Dasa Dasanu Dasanu Das is our real identity. If we are, मैं मेरा पापा का हूँ, मैं मम्मी का हूँ, मैं इस गांव का हूँ, मैं इंजीनियर हूँ, मैं इंजीनियर हूँ सोचेगा वो तो कर्मी है. I am an engineer. Somebody, guru asks you, who are you? You know, I am an engineer. I am a doctor. I am a man. I am a girl. These are all not true identity. Their true identity, eternal identity is what? I am servant of Krishna. The living entity is fragmental part and parcel of the Supreme Lord eternally. We are not part and parcel of mother, father. We are not part and parcel of my friends. We are not part and parcel of this material world, the Bhumi. We are part and parcel of Krishna. Okay, read.
it is not that he assumes individuality in this conditioned life and in his liberated state becomes one with the Supreme Lord. He is eternally fragmented. It is clearly said, Sanatana. According to Vedic version, the Supreme Lord manifests and expands himself in innumerable expansions, of which the primary expansions are called Vishnu Tattva and the secondary expansions are called the living entities. In other words, the Vishnu Tattva is the personal expansion and the living entities are separated expansions. By his personal expansion, he is manifested in various forms like Lord Ram, Narsimhadev, Vishnumurti, and all the predominating deities in the Vaikuntha planets. The separated expansions, the living entities, are eternally servitors. In the personal expansions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the individual identities of the Godhead are always present. Similarly, the separated expansions of living entities have their identities. As fragmental part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, the living entities have also fragmental qualities, of which independence is one. Every living entity has an individual soul. His personal individuality and minute form of independence. By misuse of that independence, he is always liberated. One becomes conditioned soul, and by proper use of independence, he is always liberated. In either case, he is qualitatively eternal as the Supreme Lord is. In his liberated state, he is freed from this material condition and he is under the engagement of transcendental service unto the Lord. In his conditional life, he is dominated by material modes of nature and he forgets the transcendental loving service of the Lord. As a result, he has to struggle very hard to maintain his existence in the material world. The living entity, not only the human being and the cats and dogs, but even the greater controllers of material world, Brahma, Lord Shiva, and even Vishnu, are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. They are all eternal, not temporary manifestations. The word karstati, struggling or grappling hard, is very significant. The conditioned soul is bound up as those shackled by iron chains. He is bound up by the false ego, and the mind is the chief agent which is driving him in material existence. When the mind is in the mode of goodness, his activity are good. When the mind is in the mode of passion, his activities are troublesome. And when the mind is in the mode of ignorance, he travels in the lower species of life. It is clear, however, in this verse that the conditioned soul is covered by the material body, with the mind and the senses. And when he is liberated, his material covering perishes, but his spiritual body manifests its individual capacity. The following information is there in the Madhyandayana Shruti. Sava esha brahmanista idam shariram
idam martyam atisrijya brahmabhi sampadya brahmana pashyati brahmana shrunoti brahmaneva vedam sarvam anubhavati.
It is stated here that when a living entity gives up this material embodiment and enters into the spiritual world, he revives his spiritual body. And in this spiritual body, he can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. He can hear and speak to him face to face. And he can understand the Supreme Personality as he is. In Smriti, also, it is understood that in the spiritual planet, everyone lives in body featured like the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As far as bodily construction is concerned, there is no difference between the part and parcel living entities and the expansion of Vishnumurti. In other words, at liberation, the living entity gets a spiritual body by the grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The word Mamay Vamsa, fragmental part and parcel of Supreme Lord, is also very significant. The fragmental portion of the Supreme Lord is not like some material broken part. It has already understood we have already understood in the second chapter that the spirit cannot be cut into pieces. This fragment is not materially conceived. It is not like matter which can be cut into pieces and joined together again. That conception is not applicable here because the Sanskrit word Sanatana is eternal is used. The fragmental portion is eternal. It is also stated in the beginning of the second chapter that Dehin Yosmin Yatha, in each and every individual body. The fragmental portion of Supreme Lord is present. That fragmental portion, when liberated from the bodily entanglement, revives its original spiritual body in the spiritual sky in a spiritual planet, and enjoy association with the Supreme Lord. It is, however, understood here that the living entity, being the fragmental part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, is qualitatively one, just as the part and parcel of gold are also gold.
So we saw very detailed explanation of Srila Prabhupada purport. Here Prabhupada is giving very nice purport. So our identity, what is that our identity? Living entity is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Eternally. This is our identity. Identity मतलब क्या है? मैं कौन हूँ? वो पहचान ऐसा होना चाहिए, है ना? So, but we are conditioned. It is not that he assumes the individuality in his conditional life. In his liberated state becomes one with the Supreme Lord. Liberation होने के बाद भगवान में लीन हो जाए. No, it is eternal. He is eternally fragmented. Mayavadis tell we are individually we have individuality here. Once we go there, then we will be merged. No individuality. Mayavadis say. So here Prabhupada is condemning that. You know? So it is not that he assumes individuality in his conditioned life. Only in liberated stage, he will become one with the Lord. No, sir. He is eternally fragmented. Eternally part and parcel of Krishna. जैसा हनुमान है, liberated है, but where did he become Ram? No, he's always sitting at the lotus feet of Lord Rama. Eternally. That is our real identity. Yeah? Not like one life, two lives. Then after that we will become Ram. This is Mayavadi's philosophy. You will not become, Mayavadis say, now you are a servant, you do service nicely. Once you go, you are perfect, then you can become, you are no more servant. You are only God. These are dangerous. This is enemy for bhakti. If you lose our service attitude, then we lost everything. Lost everything. Nothing is our property then. It is our wealth that I am servant of Krishna. Jivera Swarupa Krishna Nitya Das. This is called spiritual knowledge. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. This is the first thing. Jivera Swarupa Krishna Nitya Das. Nitya. ऐसा नहीं कि स्पिरिट मेटेरियल वर्ल्ड में सेवा करो और बाद में बाकी जो टाइम में नहीं कर रहे. कुछ लोग बोलते हैं कंपनी, देखो कंपनी छुट्टी है तो ठीक है करेंगे सेवा, कंपनी है तो कंपनी को करेंगे. नहीं, कभी भी, even in company, I am servant of Krishna. However, my identification should be like that. No? Wherever I am servant of Guru and Krishna. Wherever, if I am placed in Narak, Swarg, spiritual world, wherever, Prabhupada tells, there is a pen, even if I take to Swarga, it will write. If I take to Naraka, it will write. If I to take to spiritual world, it will write. Similarly, the Jiva is part and parcel of Krishna, means I am servant of Krishna. And should not be conditioned that, if I now थोड़ा सी मेरा ठीक नहीं है सिचुएशन, मैं थोड़ा सेवा करूंगा. अगर मैं अच्छा हो जाऊंगा, मैं दूसरों से सेवा करा दूंगा. मैं नहीं करूंगा. थोड़ा लीडर बनने के बाद मैं सेवा नहीं करूंगा. नहीं सर. He is eternally fragmented. It is clearly said, Sanatana. Our service attitude should not be only for this life or certain way. Oh, Krishna, Guru wants me to, he is dependent on me, so I will serve. Once the temple is over and everything, he is not dependent on me, so I don't need to. No, sir. Eternally, Sanatana. According to Vedic version, the Supreme Lord manifests and expands himself in innumerable expansions. Vishnu Tattva and Jiva Tattva. So, Vishnu Tattva is a first expansion. Primary expansion. Secondary is Jiva Tattva. So, where you learn this? Apareyam itastwannam prakrutim viddhime param. Jiva bhutam mahabahu edam dharete jagat. So, Jiva Prakriti. So, these are all Jiva Tattva is a secondary expansion of Krishna, not primary. Primary is Vishnu Tattva. Like Rama, Narsimha, Vishnumurti, all predominating in Vaikuntha planets. The separated expansions, separated energy. Bahiranga Shakti is Durga. Bahiranga. मतलब बहिरंगा और अंतरंग क्या अर्थ क्या है? Materially, if you see, if you want to explain materially, the blood is like a internal energy. Stool is considered like a Bahiranga. Stool has to be given up. You cannot give up blood. Blood is making the body alive through the Atma. So internal energy is the many very Krishna conscious feelings Antaranga Shakti produces. Bahiranga Shakti produces all teen gunas, Sattvagun, Rajagun, Tamaguna, mixed all the modes, mixed feelings. So living entities are eternally servitors. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is individual entities of Godhead are always present. हमेशा के लिए भगवान के साथ ये जीव शक्ति रहेगा. नत्वेवाम जातुनाशम नत्वम नीमे जनाधिप न चैव न भविष्याम सर्वे भयाम तप्रम. Lord Krishna, first slok in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna spoke. Neither you will die nor I will die. No one will die. We are all eternal. Only bodies are dying. Atma will never die. Second chapter. So, living entities, one property they have. That is what? Because Krishna is also independent, so we are also independent. We have a choice whether to serve Krishna or not. That is called independence. Jiva's property is independence. Every living entity has an individual soul, is personal individuality and minute form of independence. There is a chance if you misuse that independence or rightly use that independence. Misuse means what? For our sense gratification. Right use means for what? I use my independence to serve Krishna. If somebody asks me, would you like to serve Krishna or would you like to take rest? I would like to serve Krishna. That is right use. नहीं थोड़ा देर में इतना सेवा क्या करनी, थोड़ा छुट्टी तो चाहिए. No chutti, no holidays in Krishna. Every day is holiday. Every day is a relishing day for us Krishna consciousness. There is no holiday required. Preachers को बताएंगे सन्यासी का छुट्टी, महीने में एक छुट्टी. You can do anything materially. You can enjoy sense gratification. No sir, no holiday. Neither case is qualitative eternal Supreme Lord. As the Supreme Lord is, he is also eternal. In the liberated state, he is freed from the material condition. Liberated matlab no material condition. And he is under the engagement of transcendental service unto the Lord. That is called liberation. No more Maya. Only Krishna. Nothing other than Krishna. In his condition, if you see pure devotees, they tell always chant Hare Krishna. 24 Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Nityam. Harinam कब तक लेना है? नित्य. Not as something. थोड़ा समय 16 माला हो गया ना, 16 माला हो गया, सेवा फिर स्टार्ट हो जाएगा. रजोगुण में तो सेवा करो, रजोगुण में सेवा नहीं करेगा, क्या करेगा? He will meditate on all sense objects. As a result, he is struggling. He has to struggle very hard to maintain his existence in the material world. The living entities, not only human beings and the cats and dogs, but even greater controllers of material world, Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu, are all part and parcel of Krishna. They are all eternal, not temporary manifestations. कोई temporary नहीं, सब जीवात्मा, भले वो बड़ा हो छोटा हो, सब eternal है, कोई temporary नहीं. कोई आत्मा कभी नहीं मरेगा. क्लियर होना चाहिए इसमें फिलॉसफी. बट कर्षति, वर्किंग वेरी हार्ड. इधर क्यों वर्किंग हार्ड? इतना तकलीफ है बाबा, वो तकलीफ है. तू कौन सेवा करने के लिए बोल रहे माया को? कृष्ण को करो. Why to struggle hard? There are so many beggars outside. Why they need to beg? You come to the temple and chant Hare Krishna, you will get all facilities. ना, हम इसको नहीं छोड़ देंगे. company nahi छोड़ेंगे. This is my heart. Then struggle, work hard day and night. That shift, this shift, A shift, B shift, C shift. All shifts are. Is bound up by false ego. And mind is the chief agent which is driving him in this material existence. क्या सोच रहे हो? मैं सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर हूँ, मैं सॉफ्टवेयर, मेरा शिफ्ट है, मैं प्रोग्रामर हूँ, मैं वो हूँ, मेरा फैमिली है, मेरा पत्नी है, मेरा बच्चा है. This mind is hovering in this. You know? So when the mind is in mode of goodness, his activities are good. When the mind is in passion, his activities are trouble. When the mind is in ignorance, he travels in the lower species of life. It is clear. Conditioned soul is covered by material body. Conditioned through body. Body, conditioned body, इसलिए conditioned soul. If he gets a spiritual body, he is not conditioned soul. Conditioned soul मतलब material world में material body लेके बैठा है. Conditioned हो गया वो material world में. वो सोच रहा है मैं यही हूँ, मैं यहाँ का ही हूँ, मैं यही हूँ, मैं स्त्री हूँ, मैं पुरुष हूँ, मैं रिच हूँ, मैं पूर हूँ, मैं लड़का हूँ, लड़की हूँ, मैं ब्राह्मण हूँ, मैं क्षत्रिय हूँ, मैं वैश्य हूँ, मैं शूद्र हूँ. Condition. The mind and senses, when he is liberated, this material covering perishes. What is liberation means? Identify yourself as a Krishna servant. That is liberation. But a spiritual manifestation manifests is an individual capacity. So when the living entity gives up this material embodiment and enters into the spiritual world, he revives his spiritual body to serve also. The body also, material body also we should give up and take up spiritual body, which is eternal. It will never decay. No sardi bukar, no disease, no old age, no death, no birth. And in the spiritual body, you can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. He can hear and speak him face to face with Krishna. Because here we cannot, because we are conditioned, and everybody is conditioned. So as far as bodily construction is concerned, there is no difference between part and parcel of the living entities and expansions of Vishnumurti. Every body, a body is same, spiritual body. You know? At the liberation, the living entity gets a spiritual body by the grace of the Supreme Lord. इसीलिए मृत्यु तक वेट करना है, मृत्यु तक सफरिंग रहेगी. व्हाट इज द श्लोका? मृत्यु तक श्लोक तकलीफ रहेगी. कोई श्लोक बता सकता है? अंतकाले च मामेव स्मरन् मुक्त्वा कलेवरं यप्रयाति समद्भाम्याप्ति अत्र न संशयः. अंतकाल तक, अंतकाल में, दैट इज द एंड ऑफ द टेस्ट, दैट इज द लास्ट टेस्ट. अंतकाल में मेरे को स्मरण करना है. हम अभी जप कर रहे हैं इतना सीरियसली, क्यों? मरने समय में भगवान का नाम जप करना है. दैट इज द बिगेस्ट टेस्ट. व्हाट इज डेथ? Death is considered 40,000 scorpions biting at a time. Such a difficult situation, we should chant Hare Krishna. One should not tell, मम्मी, अभी भी छोटा बच्चा जैसा, मम्मी मैं यात्रा जाऊं. पत्नी को पूछता है, मम्मी को पूछता है. हाँ? So we are ममैव अंश, ये मेरा अंश है. कृष्णा इज टेलिंग. नॉट लाइक मटेरियल. पार्ट मतलब क्या है? लोग सोचता है मटेरियल, उसको भी मटेरियल सोचता है. पार्ट मतलब क्या है? एक नट बोल्ट सेपरेट हो गया फिर अलग है. कभी कभी प्रभुपाद जी बोलता है ऐसा, if bolt goes away from the car, it becomes useless. To tell that uselessness, If he gets separated from, when a leaf falls from the tree, that is called, lost, they separated. So one should not get disconnected from Krishna for telling that. It is not like a, मैं एक बोल्ट जैसा हूँ, फिर वापस जाके बोल्ट तो खराब हो गया, फिर वो जाके बैठने से क्या फायदा है? You don't take very seriously material examples. To emphasize that, it is not like a part. Physically, there is nothing can be cut into pieces. No, we have already understood in second year, spiritual cannot be cut into pieces. This fragment is not materially conceived. It is not like a matter which can be cut into pieces, joined together again. That conception is acceptable here, but Sanskrit word sanatana means the fragmental portion is eternal. So from the entire whole chapter is meant to explain this. Dehinosmin yata dehi. That fragmental portion, when liberation from the bodily entanglement, revives his original spiritual body and the spiritual sky, spiritual planet, and enjoys association with the Supreme Lord. It is, however, understood here the living entity being fragmental part and parcel of the Lord is qualitatively one, just as part and parcel of the gold are also gold. We can be happy only by serving Krishna as a servant of the servant of the servant. This is our enjoyment. This is our happiness. I cannot be like a master. Ekala Ishwara Krishna or Sabhritya. Master ek hi hai. All others are servants. We can be happy only by serving Krishna. There is no other way. There is no other way. There is only way to please Krishna is to serve Krishna. There is no other way. There is no other way. There is no other way. Service to Krishna happens when we glorify him. We should sufficiently glorify his name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Once I was hearing Prabhupada quote that a devotee want to glorify Krishna's holy name. There are so many non-devotees are not chanting holy name. How can a devotee be sitting peacefully and sleeping nicely? Should glorify Krishna's holy name. You would like to see Krishna's name spreading everywhere. Everybody is lovingly chanting holy name. That is a real devotee. No? मेरा नाम जप करेगा, मेरा ये नाम यश गाना चाहिए, नहीं बस. No? Should all together should glorify Krishna's holy name. कितना और दिन ग्लोरीफाई करना, सुबह उठने से ग्लोरीफाई करना, सोने तक, सोने के बाद भी ड्रीम में भी ग्लोरीफाई करना, प्रार्थना करते रहना. क्या प्रार्थना करेगा? हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So these are the verse which we completed 15.7 for 2. Anybody has doubts, questions? Okay. 1 minute. Can you please make the session more interactive by asking us questions? अच्छा, वो मेरा शेयरिंग टाइम में मेरा कैमरा विजिबल नहीं है क्या?
No, Prabhuji.
अच्छा. Oh, I don't know why it is. I didn't stop video. Only when I connect to this Zoom, it is showing. I don't. Maybe technically I'm not very strong. I'll see next time. I'll ask in between. I wanted to ask questions, but you should answer also. मेरे को अगर कोई जवाब नहीं देता है तो फिर से मेरे को वो स्ट्रेस करने का इच्छा होता है. If somebody is answering, then I feel okay, they have understood. Huh? If you don't answer questions, then how can I ask questions? So I will ask you again this banyan tree example. You should be able to answer. Somebody should answer. Then I will be quickly. I would feel like I answer again asking questions. I started that because it should be very clear. I can make a chart and come next time. I can make a diagram also. On live, if I do, it takes more time. So it should be very, very clear, these things. Should not go ahead unless we understand it. So try to answer the questions next time. Somebody should answer at least. Immediately. Then we feel like interacting. Then we can, I also feel like interacting so much. So please try to be active. If you don't, then one side lecture will happen. Okay. So next class, next week, Wednesday, Thursday only, no? So please go through this. This chapter is very, very, very important chapter. And if you answer, we can go very fast. We can go nicely. You must be answering the questions about this banyan tree. It starts from there. No? I used to make this chapter shloka also by heart. All shlokas. Only 20 smallest chapter. But very profound shlokas are there. Very, very, not even one shloka is less important. Every shloka is perfect. Very deep meaning. No? Okay. Any questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, as you explained about the tree, that we have to cut that attachment like of this tree. So Prabhupada mentions that to cut this attachment, we have to hear from authority who is in complete knowledge. Yesterday you mentioned that we have to hear from Prabhupada and sannyasis. So Prabhuji,
Yes.
like what should be the mood while hearing and how one should hear, what one should do?
One should hear with whom you are hearing matters a lot. Especially we are ISKCON devotees, we should hear more from the Prabhupada. Prabhupada is a preeminent Siksha Guru for everyone. Not everybody can speak like Prabhupada. And we should not imitate also. That only Prabhupada can speak like that. And Prabhupada purports are very illuminating. Those who don't read Prabhupada purports, you can see the misery in their life. They will suffer like anything. Prabhupada purports are very, 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 very important. At least till 40, 50 years. How many times we read Prabhupada purports is very important. How much now for us, Radheshyam Prabhu writes Bhaktivedanta purports. How much you spend time for reading Bhaktivedanta purports? We should have our own Bhagavad Gita. Make nice notes over it. What Prabhupada is saying is very important for us. Because we are ISKCON devotee. We should identify. Who are you means I am ISKCON devotee. We go to the spiritual world. Who are you? I am ISKCON devotee. I am disciple of so and so Maharaj. So Prabhupada will come. And our spiritual master, along with Prabhupada, the spiritual master also come. Yeah. So reading Prabhupada purport. Prabhupada is a founder-acharya for 10,000 years. Should read his books very scrutinizingly. He has given us complete everything. He has given, nothing pending. What Prabhupada has kept for us to whatever you need to go to back to order. It's completely written in the purports. Nothing is insufficient in this. Hear Prabhupada, read Prabhupada, and serve our spiritual masters. They are trying to tell us that only. We should not become independent like Ritviks. No? We should not become. That is even more more dangerous than Mayavad. Yeah. So our Prabhupada is not telling don't serve your spiritual master. Huh? Don't serve Vaishnavas. Did Prabhupada say like that? No. So we should hear from pure devotee because Prabhupada can clearly say what is. Nobody will, आजकल balance, balance, balance. Practically. People say like that. हाँ? Practical क्या? Practical नहीं कुछ नहीं. Practical is Krishna consciousness. Okay. Anything we do, we should do under guidance of spiritual master. ठीक है?
Yes, Lord. Thank you.
If you don't hear from Prabhupada, if you don't read Prabhupada purports, you will guarantee be misled. व्यवसायत्मिका बुद्धि एक के आप करुणा प्रभुपाद का purports तो कभी नहीं छोड़ना है. ठीक है? How many of you hear Bhagavad Gita classes of Srila Prabhupada? Here, Bhagavad Gita lectures also from Prabhupada. First Prabhupada, then others. Not first others and then Prabhupada. Okay? Hare Krishna. Any other doubts? Okay, thank you. Next, the next week we will do next verses. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Sorry, I could see this chat and the last only. I was sharing from the mobile. I could not see the chat. Maybe some drawbacks from using mobile. Next time I will use from laptop only. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah.